guys. I'm Rohan, and we are going to talk about drones. I'm sure that all of us have heard about this pretty amazing machine. It's gaining a lot of attention these days. So, what is a drone? So, it is an unmanned aerial vehicle. Like, there is no human pilot there, and it is controlled completely by a person on the ground or a computer program. So drones, an aircraft without an onboard pilot, thus the name unnamed aerial vehicle. Its flight is either predefined or controlled autonomously by computers or under the remote control of a pilot on ground. So let's look a little into the history of drones. In 1916, A.M. Lowe's aerial target was one of the first unmanned aerial vehicle, and this is the closest representation of that aerial target, like in modern day, that I could get from the internet. So the birth of UAVs began in 1959 when United States Air Force officers were concerned about losing pilots over hostile territory, and they thought of unmanned flights. In the year 1964, US Navy initiated America's highly classified Red Wagon UAVs into their first combat missions of the Vietnam War. So these drones are gaining a lot of importance and significance. They're getting a lot of attention across several industries. We have heard that recently Amazon has started delivering their packages through drones, and I'd like to talk about the filming and ad industry. They are taking this thing pretty seriously. So all the crazy shots that we see these days, like a man jumping from a cliff, you cannot get those close-up shots efficiently with a man. So we either use helicopter shots or drones. So drones have been by far the most efficient in capturing close-up shots of like very crazy close-up shots. Also, it saves a lot of money of the production team. So what happens is that if we go for a helicopter shots, it takes at least $25,000 per day for each shot that we record using helicopters. For drones, it can be as low as $5,000 per day. It is gaining prominence, but you need to have a permission from the Federal Aeronautic Administration here before any filming agency can use drones for filming, for production. Also, last year I looked up a statistics, and last year only the city of Los Angeles and the associated county had around 60 petitions that were accepted for using drones in their films. So we would look into the subsystem of drones. So UAV is a system consisting of different subsystems. So the unmanned aircraft, then there is the control system such as ground control station, then there is a link which establishes the connection between these two, and then other related support as per the requirements of what you're trying to establish. For any filming requirements, these three are enough. If you are going for more classified works like the Marines do, you probably need a lot of resources other than this. Now I'll give over the presentation to Deepak.
Hi, myself Deepak. I'm going to talk about the design parameters. They have aerodynamics, payload, endurance, speed and range, communication, navigation systems, and launch and recovery. There are two types of drones are available right now: the commercial drones and the military drones. The commercial drones, what we see is the DJ Phantom 1 and 2, and the military zones are MQ Reaper and MQ Predator. So this is the design for a DJ Phantom, which consists of a motherboard, 2.0 version, which has a 880 megahertz microprocessor with a 32 or 64-bit Cortex A8 processor and a Linux operating system, and it has a RAM of 1 GB. So this is a MQ Reaper, a military drone which is used in the Afghanistan war without any pilot. They can carry the missiles, up to 10 kgs of missiles they can carry, and they can move with a speed of 230 kilometers per hour. And the main purpose of this Reaper is like they can give attack, they can capture the images what they required. Most of the images in the combat area they can't able to visualize, so these will be very good very useful for surveillance. How do they operate? There will be like if they are operating from the US base, they will have a launching the targets, and there will be a commanding center and a commanding officer. They will be operating through they will be getting the images from the drones, and they'll be controlling with the GPS. How do they work? Like through the GPS, the signal will be coming from the Crick Air Base from the US to the satellite and to the drones. They'll capture the images, again they'll send back to the base, and these drones can they can travel to the very large distance. They can travel up to, they have the battery for 18 hours, so they can be controlled for a longer distance. And this is one more image how they control the drones through the satellite system, the GPS. And we have seen the two types of drones, the commercial drones and the military drones. These are the smallest drones which can use for surveillance. When like in our neighborhood, we can use them for our surveillance. And the latest version of these drones are the submarine drones, which has a capability of, with the ultrasound, they can locate the submarines, the enemy submarines in the sea. And these are the commercial drones, which are used for the video shooting and for any other purposes. Like, yeah, next will be continued by Narsimha.
Hi, my name is Narsimha. I'll continue with the benefits and disadvantages with these drones. So, before judging whether this technology is good or bad, it is as same as with the other technologies what we learnt in this class. So, any technology can be good if it is used for good, and any technology can be bad if it is used for the bad purposes, right? So the same with the drones. If we use this for the good things, it is a good technology, and if we use this for the bad things, and this is going to be a bad technology. So we'll see some of the advantages. One is saving lives. So whenever any disasters occurs, like or I can say in wars, right, especially, we can eliminate some humans and replace them with the drones. So that in that way it is more like a fight between robots, but it's gonna save some lives. Okay. The next one is supporting law enforcement. So how it works is let's say sometimes we saw a fighting between police and terrorists, and they hide in some places where police cannot go, in places, or missing children in the forest somewhere, something like that, right? In that situations also, the drones can go to the place where humans cannot, and they would be able to send us the valuable information, like the images, where they are and what they are. The next is the infrastructure maintenance. So we need some manpower to maintain the infrastructure, right? Like if we have heavy bridges, we want to secure those bridges from our enemies or from terrorists. So in those cases, these drones can fly throughout the bridges, and they can capture the images and the videos, and they can act as spy. Next one is agricultural management. So the drones are really helpful in agriculture. Like we can replace some of the things that we are manually doing currently, like spraying the pesticides and all. Those can be done with the drones as well. Next, movies and photos. As Rohan explained, with drones we have taken how we film or how we take images to the next level, and we were able to shoot more 360-degree photos or more absolute images. Next is shipping items. So this is one of the really very good advantage which we all might see in near future. There are companies like Amazon and Google are in competition to implement this, and they have actually started implementing this at some places in the world. They are delivering the items through the drones to the place where user really are. So they are also thinking like do a real-time delivery. Like what we do currently, we have to choose address at the time of placing order. Like we only deliver to this address. So with drones, what they are thinking is like we can deliver to at any location that you are in that place. Suppose if the delivery is tomorrow, even if you are at your friend's place, we can come to that place and drop that packet for you. So that way they are taking the shipping also to the next level. So these are some of the benefits. These are the two images, like Amazon packets dropping from the drone, and the other image shows filming a video or photos with the help of drones. Next one is the disadvantages. Yeah, some of the disadvantages are the limited abilities. So why I say limited abilities, when we go in a war, it won't we can replace humans with the drones, but it's not be a full fledged replacement. Like they cannot communicate with others and they cannot take a step back if we given an instructions. So those kind of limitations are still there. Those are same with any other machineries, and open to abuse. So how it is, because nowadays the technology is available for everyone. Even I can prepare my own drone with the technology available in the internet. I can Google how to prepare a drone, and I can create a drone, and I can use it for bad things or for my own purposes, right? So that is there. The next is the privacy. So privacy is also a question if people are using drones for their own purposes or their own interests. Thus privacy is at risk. So people become desensitized to war and killing people. So this disadvantage is focus more on using drones at war. So if we stop using people at war, and if we only focus on using drones at war, so what happens is people will stop thinking of killing the people, or they may lose in touch with fighting, right? So that may make them more desensitized, and that will demotivate them from being in war if they use more machinery and less manpower. And the next one is malfunctioning can cause civilian casualties. Yeah, so if they doesn't work properly, then it can be harm to the people. Like if they ship item on somebody's head, then their head will break. So those are the disadvantages. Yeah. Any questions? That's all.